are spoken of in our Bible, where we read as follows in Zechariah. Zechariah, 4th chapter, 12th and 14th verses. Now I told you, by concentration, a very scientific thing. You first gather together the life force within you, which is distributed through sensation, thoughts, memory thoughts, through the internal organs, and through every action you do is done by life force. In meditation, following the highest technique of concentration of self-realization, you gather that energy first in the sympathetic nervous system, which is outside the spine. Then it rises, due to your power of will and God behind you, to this point. And then through the techniques of self-realization, you know how to direct it through here into the deep spine within. That's where you contact what you really are, a soul, a child of God. And finally, by His grace, you're not limited to the little astral body, but you can, by concentrated effort, pass through the one door to the great heavenly home which is yours and mine and everyone. Cosmic consciousness, divine mother, not in imagination. These things are real. You will know them if you follow the Master's highest technique of concentration and the further techniques of self-realization fellowship. Now it says just that right here, of gathering first the life force in the superficial nervous system. You wouldn't think it would be in the Bible. It is. Then it tells about emptying it in through here into the deep spine. In Zechariah, the 4th chapter, the 12th verse, I said unto the angel, what be these two olive branches which through the two golden pipes empty the golden oil out of themselves? A little ahead in this same reference, in the 3rd verse, it says, what be these two olive trees, one on the right side and the other on the left side of the golden candlestick? The golden candlestick is the spine. The olive trees are the right ganglia and left ganglia of the sympathetic nervous system. So it says, what are these things which empty the golden oil out of themselves? The Sanskrit word for oil and energy is the same. And so we gather in the two olive trees, which is the sympathetic nervous system, the golden spiritual oil, spiritual energy and consciousness, and empty it out of themselves into the deep spine. So there are just a few words you have in Zechariah. Words which corroborate the technique, the highest technique of concentration, of self-realization fellowship. There are many things of breath control, but realize the highest technique of concentration has nothing to do with the breath, except as the life force is controlled, the breath slows down. There is no holding of the breath, which is wrong. There is control of life force. Life force is the key, because God is made up of two things, consciousness plus energy. And so in us is life force, energy, plus God's consciousness. And so finally, in conclusion, realize that by the power of concentration, you can realize that you are not this little body subject to the whims of environment, habit, and latent impulses. You are not victims of chance at all, because you're made in the image of God, and the greatest thing is the power of God is in you. The power of God's cosmic energy is our life force, and the consciousness of God as cosmic consciousness in us is our own consciousness. Look about you, you'll see some people, you won't recognize it. They're so attached to matter, they're more like animals. But you will see others who have gathered together the life force, have regulated, corralled it, one-pointed it. Look at them. Their consciousness on their faces tells you they are children of God. Same consciousness. Delusion is very darkening. Delusion is very engulfing. Such is the power of Satan and delusion. But God's power is greater. And it is God's power which is in us. His great cosmic consciousness, His great cosmic energy. And just as in the magnifying glass, the whole power of the sun's rays, its heat, its great energy is behind it, so in us, the whole power of the universe is behind us. The power of God's cosmic consciousness plus His cosmic energy, when we, in following the highest technique of concentration, utilize the lens of the spiritual eye to know what we really are, children of God.
In order to profit from these practical teachings in a meaningful way, which will have a definite and tangible impact in your life, we suggest that you subscribe to the Self-Realization Fellowship's home study course on the science of yoga. Please visit the SRF on the web at yogananda-srf.org or call the SRF's Mother Center in Los Angeles, California at 323-225-2471.